What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you guys about the time I lost $5,000 on a flip. So this was actually one particular truck that I lost $5,000 on. It happened about 2 years ago. This was before I was making truck flipping videos. Unfortunately, I had a lot of things that happened to me that I wish I would have got on video. I wish I would have made truck flipping videos a long time ago. And if you guys want to, y'all can go back in my videos. I've made a couple truck flipping videos, but I wish I would have started long ago. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the story. So at the time, I'm flipping a lot of trucks. I was flipping Dodges, Ford Rangers, little trucks, you know, whatever I can get my hands on is pretty much flipping. I flipped like 15 in 1 year, which is not a lot if you're a car dealer. But at the time I didn't have a license and I was just flipping them as a private party. So anyway, we were looking at trucks, and in Texas we saw a lot of Ford Rangers, which were really popular in my area. We saw that there was a lot of Ford Rangers that I could buy and flip potentially. So me, my dad, and a buddy, we all went out to Texas. We took like a little bit of a road trip down to Texas just to go look at some cars. We had about 5 cars lined up. So we got to Texas, we're looking around, you know, the trucks weren't what we thought they were gonna be. You know, online, the pictures can look a lot better than what the actual truck is when you go take a look at it, or maybe it's got a check engine light, or maybe, you know, the transmission isn't, you know, sounding right. So there's a lot of things that could go wrong when you're flipping trucks, and Facebook or Craigslist, using those things is kind of like barometers to tell how good something is. It's not really always true. And I think, you know, you guys who have flipped cars and things out there know that when you go look at something that you saw on Facebook, you know, 9 times out of 10 it's not exactly what you thought it was. So we go out there, we had 5 trucks lined up, nothing was working out. We stumbled upon one truck, and this truck, just when I saw it, it didn't really click with me too well. Honestly, I had a weird feeling about it. That's what I'm trying to get at. I had a weird feeling about this truck. The engine was blue on it. It had a engine swap done on it. So that kind of weirded me out a little bit. Miles were all right. But me, my dad, and my buddy who I was paying to come out there, my dad really wanted to take something home. So we ended up taking a shot on this truck. We bought it for, I think we bought it for about $4,000. But I knew I could probably get $6 grand for it. So we buy the truck, we're driving home, and I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm paying my buddy to come out here with us, so he might as well drive the truck home. So me and my dad are driving in a car home that we drove out there, and my buddy's driving the truck back because we paid him to drive the truck. Anyway, long story short is, on the way home, my buddy passes me up. It's raining on the interstate, and he's driving in an old Ford Ranger. I mean, this thing was probably at least like 10 years older than my car was, and I knew I was going pretty quick, so I was kind of worried about him a little bit. But somehow I beat him back to my house. And I mean, we drove 10 hours. This was a 10-hour trip to get back to my home in Louisiana. So I beat him back to my house, even though he had passed me up on the interstate. And so I called him and I said, hey man, where you at? And he goes, I had an accident. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? I was like, really, where you at? And he goes, I flipped the truck. And I said, what are you talking about? I was like, you can't be serious. Where are you at? And sure enough, about not even 5 minutes away from my house, keep in mind we drove 10 hours, not even 5 minutes away from my house, he had flipped the truck into a ditch. I wish I would have taken videos of it. I wish I would have been making YouTube videos back then. But that was $4,000 gone like that. Now, I was really mad at him. But the funny part of the story is that was probably the last time I'd ever talked to him again. I thought we were good friends. We've been good friends for a while, but you know, they say going through tough times is when you figure out who your real friends are. And in that situation, I figured out who my real friends were. So he flipped the truck. His grandpa owned a towing company. His grandpa towed it back to the tow yard, and his grandpa actually made me pay for the tow. So there was a lot of irony in this story. We drove 10 hours. The guy flipped the truck 5 minutes away from my house. His grandpa had a towing company. He came pick up the truck, and I had to pay for the tow. So what we did is we pieced this truck apart. The truck was flipped over in the ditch like this, so the cab was destroyed, so the truck was totaled. But what I did was I used the bed on the truck. I took the hood off, took the doors off. I used every part that I could. We even did an engine swap on. We took that engine, put it into another truck that we had bought off of Craigslist. So I pieced this truck apart. At the time, it was about a $5,000 loss because that's what the value of the truck was. But we pieced the truck over, you know, about the next year. We pieced the truck out into at least 5 other vehicles that I flipped. So at the end of the day, I did recoup some of that money, but I lost a friend, which he wasn't really a friend. I mean, anybody who's gonna do that, it's not really a friend. But anyway, I was able to piece out the truck into different other different investments, but it was just a bad time, and that's basically the time that I lost $5 grand on a flip. If you guys ever lost money on a flip, make sure you leave that down in the comment section. Let me know how much you've lost. Let me know about your experience. But yeah, that was probably the worst truck flipping experience that I've had. I've had a few other instances where I've been flipping trucks, and you know, I made a bad decision, or you know, my dad's pretty much my business partner, or he made a bad call on the truck. We thought we could fix something that we couldn't. But I was able to get out of those, you know, with minimal losses. So anyway, that's the worst flip I ever had. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like, definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, if you want to check out other truck flipping videos, just go ahead and click the link to my channel, and you guys can check those out there. My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. Until I talk to you guys next time, bust that ass. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.